Just, okay, well, let's go on to the pre-market movers and levels there.
Okay, so first of all, something we probably use every day, we don't think too much about, Verifone Systems Inc. They make the machines that allow you to make credit card and debit card purchases. Ticker PAY in the US, trading around $30, down 3.35% pre-market. And they reported last night after the close that they basically beat estimates on the earnings front, but guided lower for the coming quarter, and that sort of disappointed the market. They haven't, hit them too hard, but it's just another sign, perhaps, that that all's not quite so well as far as the consumer and general retail spending. And staying with that theme, one of America's bigger chain store clothing operators, Gap Inc., ticker GPS in the US. $32.25 pre-market, down 2.3% themselves. They released August sales data yesterday, and basically the numbers were weaker. Chain store sales there fell by around 3% year on year. Sorry, by 3% for August, I should say, and year on year they were down 2%. Now, it wasn't quite as clear cut as that, because certain divisions within the group as a whole did better than others, but nonetheless the combined or blended trend was lower, and that's been, well, dragging them down really across the late spring and summer. They haven't been able to show concerted sales growth, so one to keep an eye on there, I think, as well. And then in terms of the cash equity levels to watch today, haven't really changed the ranges for FTSE and the DAX, so we stay with 60, 80 and 6200 as the respective downside and upside levels, despite a wide range in FTSE. We haven't seen it break that over the last 2 days. And for the DAX, 10,080 on the downside, plays 10,220 to the upside, and the trend has been lower today. For the S&P, 1940 plays 1965. It's a very lacklustre looking candle in the chart yesterday, and a similar story for the Dow, 16,300 plays 16,416. In both those markets, we opened spiked higher, but failed to hold on to the gains through the session and closed much nearer the lows than the highs. In terms of currencies, the euro weakened yesterday after Mr. Draghi's press conference, and we haven't rebounded particularly from that today. So 111.03 now at downside level against the dollar, plays 111.48 to the upside. Aussie dollar, US dollar testing again below 70, 69.60 is the new level to watch for a further downside move in the Aussie, playing 70.10, which is a level it really needs to cement itself above if it's to avoid a further large fall, I'd suggest. And then in dollar yen, we've slipped off of the 120 handle, 118.55 now at downside level, plays 119.53 to the upside. And cable edging ever closer to another handle change at 152.07 now. The downside plays 152.61 to the upside. As I left the office, we're sort of smack in the middle of that range, but you've got to think the bias is still to the downside.
8 days down in a row,
yeah,
apparently.
Yeah.
So looking rather painful.